This time on True Blue Touring, we explore the Kimberley region, starting off with great camping,
cracking fishing,
a bit of crabbing as well,
some major mechanical failures,
and repairs, as we catch up with Lakey, Oscar, Alex, and Westy.
We get a warm welcome from the boys in Broome. As we head into town, we see a chopper herding some cattle, which was pretty cool to see.
We had an awesome couple of days in Broome, catching up with my cousin Jack and his wife Jude. One of the first things Jack wanted to do was take us out hooking for mud crabs.
We walked up the creek for a few hours, knee deep in mud, catching a few big crabs, which was great.
Jude did an unreal job whipping up a chilli mud crab that night, and it was a real treat to have a home-cooked meal served up on a plate for us. The next evening, we spent down on Cable Beach, enjoying the iconic sunset over the water as the camels walked past.
We did get the boat out at Roebuck Bay in Broome. We had an awesome sunset, but didn't catch too much. Ben caught a really big trevally, which sharks chased right up to the boat, which was also really cool.
From there, we headed up the coast to the Dampier Peninsula. We had an awesome free camp at James Price Point, which is right where the red dirt meets the ocean.
Father, tell me, do we get what we deserve? Oh, we get what we deserve. And where down we go, 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 go. Oh, where down we go, 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 go. So where down we go, 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 go. Way down we go. Oh, you let your feet run wild. Time has come as we all go down. Yeah, but for the fall, ooh, my heart, do you dare to look me right in the eyes? Yeah. Oh, 'cause say we run you down, down to the door. Yeah, someday we run you down, down till you fall. And they will run you down, down till you go. Yeah, till you can't grow no more. And where down we go, 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 go. Oh, where down we go, go.
We continued up north to a little campsite called Pender Bay, where we stayed for a few nights. We had some great days out in the boat and enjoyed the unique campsite feature of a bathtub on our site.
Disco X on the line, just as I suspected. No one really gets over me. I'm unaffected. Why would you try to ever put me second? You're just another groupie to me. No, I'm out here single, and I need some real. Now I got standards, give a fuck how you feel. I'm out here single, tell me what's the deal. Now I got standards, give a fuck how you feel. No broke boys, no new bands. 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 I'm not rich, you give me my tens. Ain't no lie, ain't no shade, but call me then you know he paid. Look so good, makes no sense. Badass bitch with my badass friends. No broke boys, ain't no shade, but call me then you know he paid.
Our next spot was back towards James Price Point. We followed a track up north along some mud flats and everything got completely covered in mud. But the view at the end was definitely worth it.
Boys, no new bands, no rap, no rap, no rap, no rap. No broke boys, no new bands. No broke boys, no new bands. No broke boys, no new bands. No rap, no rap, no rap, no rap. No broke boys, no new bands. I'm not pushing, give me my tens. Ain't no lie. paid. But call me, then you know he paid. Looks so good, makes no sense. Badass bitch with my badass friends. No broke boys, ain't no shade. But call me, then you know he paid. No broke boys, no new friends. 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 I'm that pressure, give me my 10. Ain't no lie.
We stayed here for a few nights and enjoyed the crystal clear waters of the estuaries. We caught a few more crabs and a few mangrove jack, and we made up some great meals, our favourite being the mud crab pasta.
Crush a bit, little bit, roll it up, take a hit, feeling lit, feeling right, 2 a.m. summer night, I don't care, hand on the wheel, driving drunk, I'm doing my thing, rolling the mid beside him now, living my life, getting out dreams, people told me slow my roll, I'm screaming out that I'ma do just what I want, looking ahead, no turning back, if I fall, if I die, know I lived it to the fullest, if I fall,
Big boy. Our Kimberley adventure continues as we begin the Gibb River Road. Our first stop was Tunnel Creek. This was a really cool little spot where you walk through the tunnel / cave, and apparently there's a pretty healthy freshwater crocodile population in this little creek. We didn't actually see any, but it was enough to give us a bit of a fright walking through the waist deep water in the dark.
I'll be fine once I get it. I'll be good. Tell me what you know about dreaming. You don't really know about nothing. Tell me what you know about the night terrors every night, 5 a.m.
At the next gorge, we did see freshwater crocs, but we didn't have a swim. This was Winjana Gorge. We enjoyed a lovely walk through the high walls of the gorge.
About night terrors nothing. You don't really care about the trials of tomorrow. Rather lay awake in the bed for...
Next on the tour of gorges was Bell Gorge. This one was actually one of our favourites of the entire trip. It was a pretty challenging little walk, and then right at the end it opens up to a massive waterfall with 2 large swimming areas.
Adcock and Galvin's Gorge were next on the list, and these two were really nice. They were a bit different to the others, as they're not a part of a national park, so they were a lot more quiet.
Well, hot and heavy pumpkin pie, chocolate candy, Jesus Christ, ain't nothing please me more than you. Oh, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
From there we went to Manning Gorge, which was also awesome. The unique thing about Manning was right at the start of the walk you actually had to swim across the river just to begin the walk.
That afternoon had been circled on the Troubler touring calendar for a while. It was the day that the 2 big laps were going to cross over. Our meeting spot was the Gibb River Free Camp. We were tracking each other on Find My Friends as we reunited with Oscar, Alex, Lakey and Westy.
After Westy had a bit of trouble getting up in the morning, we hit the Columbaroo Road and head north to Drysdale Station. Keep going. Along the drive up, my favourite light lit up on the dashboard, the infamous ABS warning light. We assumed it was just a sensor or a wire that had failed due to the corrugation shaking it loose on the road. But as we pulled in closer, Alex actually noticed a burning smell. After a bit of looking around, we noticed a whole heap of diff oil sprayed all over the back right wheel, and from there things just went from bad to worse. We fucked up now. So what's happened is wheel bearing has collapsed. As it's collapsed, the axle has snapped there like that. The other part of it is in there. Because it got so hot, it was spinning like snapped off around there for so long. It's melted a lot of molten metal all around the inside of the housing. And at the same time, it's warped the housing. So it's hard to see, but it's not quite perfectly round anymore. So it's really hard to get off. We had to cut all the bearings off. And the other thing that's stuffed is this surface where the inner axle seal sits. There's a nice big ring on that side and on the top. But over there, there's nothing. It's all worn away. So the whole housing's kaput. There's no way of sealing it. We were able to get bearings back in, and there's no way of getting that stuck bit of axle in there. So that broken bit goes from out there all the way into the diff center, which means we can't pull this out. So it's cracked, but it won't come out until we get that out. We can't hit it all the way through because there's a guard in the middle of the diff center. So we can't get anything long and hit it. We can just get pliers on the end of that thing and grab it and try and pull it. But there's just too much material built up on the inside to get it out. So the plan from here is we met some fucking legends who've got one in Wyndham and are going to drive it out here to us tomorrow. And it's got everything we need except diff center. He's picked up some new bearings, new gaskets, new seals, etc. So we're going to get the new housing, check it's all the same, which is kind of a concern why we haven't done this now. And then we're going to the plan is to cut this housing just here, and that's where all that sort of residue's built up. And then hopefully that rest of the axle slides right out, and then we can pull the whole center out of the diff. And then that should mean that center can go in the new one. The whole new one can go back in the car, or it might be in a different order than that. But the new one, old center, got new shocks because they're so rusted onto the housing. And yeah, springs back in, bolts it all up, and hope it can drive again. And even better if it's four-wheel drive, and even better if the rear diff lock still works. But yeah, that's the sitch. After a sketchy night sleeping on the roof of the car with no wheels, our heroes Tim the Toolman and Ronnie from over the hill rocked up with a brand new complete rear diff housing. It was a perfect match with my original housing, so it was out with the angle grinder to cut out the old snapped axle, allowing us to remove the diff center and put it into the new one that Ronnie and Tim had bought us. Here's all the pieces of that snapped axle when they're put together.
It was all hands on deck to get the 105 back into action. We were racing against time because the Drysdale Bowser closes at 5. Luckily, he stayed open for an extra 5 minutes as we rolled on in to fill up. With the new diff housing in place and plenty of fuel, we hit the Columbaroo Road that had just opened in the dark to head up north.
We camped up at the King Edward River and had a nice swim in the morning before continuing the road up to Columbaroo.
The boys got the basketball out and played with some kids from the community. We waited for the general store to open and had a last stock up of food before heading out to McGowan's Island.
See you later, boys. We enjoyed a really nice relaxing week there, enjoying 7 beautiful sunsets, catching a lot of fish, including a whole heap of mangrove jack, quite a few finger marks, some red, some big cod, trevallies, queenies, and got to see a couple big lizards while doing it.
hoochie coochie. We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Down by the river on a Friday night, pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just living for the minute. Yeah, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Well, we fogged up the windows in my old Chevy. I was willing, but she wasn't ready. So I settled for a burger and a grape snow cone. I dropped her off early, but I didn't go home. Down by the river on a Friday night, a pyramid of cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Yeah, went down yonder on the Chattahoochee. Never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love.
After the best week, it was time to say goodbye. We both headed back up to the Gibb River Free Camp and parted ways. Them heading west and us heading to El Questro Station.
We stopped in at Ellenbray Station for a scone and then arrived late in the afternoon at the toughest walk of the trip, El Questro Gorge. It was a really challenging walk, scaling some really big boulders, climbing up the cliffs alongside the waterfalls. At the end, it was all worth it when we got the whole pool all to ourselves. A nice perk of doing it so late in the day. In the morning, we had a quick dip at Zebedee Hot Springs, which was a beautiful spot for a morning swim.
The final gorge of the Gibb was Emma Gorge, which was a much shorter walk, which was nice, but the water at the end was fucking freezing. Ends with a night at the Lake Argyle Caravan Park, having some sunset drinks and a dip in their infinity pool. Next video, we tackle the top end.
Get me a fly net.